Hey y'all, it's your Uncle Dan. I was hoping to show you a neat article where I thought it was neat because the things they talk about is stuff that I enjoy, and I'm finding out kind of partly why I enjoy it so much, and it's because of the benefits. And some things I just don't realize because I'm distracted with maybe conversation or something like that. But I'm finding out that other people are benefiting and showing reason why. So here's the article here. This is a magazine for Costco members, and this is in the May 2021. So we're still in the month of 2021, May 2021. And this natural remedy, it says, discover the many health benefits of regular doses of being outside. I don't know if you can read that okay. So I'm going to go to page 34 and read this and show you what they're talking about here. Here's the picture of people walking. I had just used this as placeholder. But Nature's Nurture, walking, hiking, swimming, and cycling all provide physical benefits. But did you know that simply spending time outdoors, no matter where you live, can also have a huge impact on your overall well being? This is what I'm noticing for Dan. We gathered experts' insights and tips to help you reap the benefits of health building nature experiences. This is the author, Wendy Helfenbaum, Helfenbaum. I want to give credit to her for compiling this information for us. So this Costco member, Missy Pratt, struggled with anxiety and depression for many years until she finally found respite and relief in the woods. Miss Pratt discovered the restorative powers of nature about 10 years ago when she and her husband, Tom Stacy, moved into a home that backed onto a ravine. During short walks in the woods, first with her children and then alone, Pratt, a research coordinator at Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario in Ottawa, Ontario, noticed her breathing growing relaxed and the tension in her body melting away. Now she gets out for a walk every morning for 45 minutes. Quote, taking deep breaths of fresh air, I was able to let it all go. Walking calms my brain. It's mindfulness. You're able to focus on the steps or breaths you're taking, end quote. She says, quote, I've seen foxes, coyotes, rabbits, beavers, and a snowy owl. There's something special about connecting with living things, end quote. Time well spent. Many of us spend too much time indoors in front of a screen or other electronic devices. To offset this, healthcare experts say getting some vitamin N for nature can reduce stress and insomnia, boost energy, and revitalize health. A growing body of research links exposure to nature with therapeutic benefits. For example, researchers at the University of Michigan recently examined the effects of experiences in nature. Quote, we've known for decades that being in the presence of nature has a positive effect on people, but it was unclear how much exposure to nature was needed or what constitute a health building nature experience, end of quote, says the study lead author, Costco member Mary Carol Hunter, an associate professor at the university's School for Environment and Sustainability. During the study's 8-week experiment, Participants spent at least 10 minutes 3 times a week connecting with nature in some way, such as listening to birds from a balcony, sitting under a tree, or walking a park trail. Saliva tests were analyzed for cortisol, the body's stress hormone, before and after the nature experience. Published in Frontiers in Psychology, Hunter's work showed that a 20-minute nature pill provided the most reduction in stress hormones. Other research confirms that any exposure to nature is good for you. For example, a 2019 study in the Scientific Reports revealed that spending 2 hours a week in nature promotes good physical and mental health, no matter what outdoor activities you do. Another 2019 study in Denmark showed that adolescents who didn't spend time in green space were up to 55% more likely to develop depression and anxiety later in life. Even 5 minutes spent looking at green space through a window is beneficial, according to a 2013 study. A prescription for parks. The Back to Nature movement has gained momentum across North America since 2013, when a conservation program organized by the Golden Gate National Park Conservancy partnered with recreation and healthcare communities to provide parks for improving physical and mental health. Today, organizations like Park RX America, and here's their website, parkrxamerica.org, are raising awareness of the power of nature to decrease chronic disease. Dr. Robert Czar, a primary care physician and pediatrician in the Washington, D.C. area, founded Park RX America in 2017. When he pulls out his prescription pad, he's often not scribbling down the name of a medication, but instead a custom designed plan to soak up some vitamin N. And Park RX America has about 10,000 parks and more than 1,000 healthcare providers registered in its prescribing platform. Quote, when you have patients with chronic disease or risk factors, you should consider a nature prescription as part of your toolkit, end of quote, says Dr. Czar. Quote, you have an improvement in mental health outcomes, increased focus and concentration, a decrease in behavioral problems in children, and provides diabetic outcomes and a decrease in blood pressure. It's well documented that outdoors you're more likely to move, and physical inactivity is an independent risk factor for poor health. End of quote. He continues, quote, I think our bodies and minds are geared to be outdoors, and an absence of that in our lives leads to most people telling you they don't feel well, end of quote. However, Dr. Czar cautions, quote, one size does not fit all. Not everybody can walk for 20 minutes every day. If you have to start with opening a window or looking out a window onto a tree, or you have a tiny balcony with a plant on it and you're doing jumping jacks, that's okay. Just start somewhere, end of quote. Spreading the message. Healthy by Nature, a program launched through the BC Parks Foundation in West Vancouver, British Columbia, last November, encourages people to venture outside. The initiative partners with community organizations to provide outdoor activities and sports for youth and families. Dr. Melissa Lim, a Vancouver based family physician, heads up the Park Prescriptions program within Healthy by Nature. Quote, "What's great about our Nature Prescriptions program is that it doesn't matter what your physical abilities are. The health benefits of nature are accessible to almost anyone, no matter where you live." End of quote. She says, quote, "You can almost always find a tree or a park somewhere. It doesn't have to be on the side of a mountain peak or in the middle of an old growth rainforest." End of quote. While experts recommend 20-minute nature experiences totaling 2 hours a week, Dr. Lim suggests integrating nature and extra-physical activities into your lifestyle so it becomes routine. Quote, "I hope our initiative creates a culture change within healthcare to make people recognize that nature is one of the 4 pillars of health, along with diet, exercise, and sleep." End of quote. Says Lim. Quote, "I'd like to see nature prescribed to patients for health benefits on a large scale so it's recognized as essential." And about the author of the article, Costco member Wendy Helfenbaum is a Montreal-based writer and TV producer. Now, in this short article, there was a couple of side notes I want to point out. Of course, Costco does a plug on, they have some products that you can use for your outdoor adventures. On this one here, Finding Vitamin N. These organizations will help you explore the many benefits of being outside. Park RX America is an interactive park finder. And there's the web, parkrxamerica.org. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, Healthy Places, has links to a wide variety of resources. And there is the long web page. You can see that, and you can pause your video to get a better look. And then the last one is the National Wildlife Federation promotes programs that connects kids to nature, and then there is their web. And that is also, side note, is from Wendy, the writer of the article. All right, and this side note, a prescription for outdoors. Park RX America is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to decrease the burden of chronic disease, increase health and happiness, and foster environmental stewardship. Here are a few statistics from the organization that connect health with outdoors. Number 1, time in nature decreases anxiety and negative thinking and lowers levels of depression and stress. Number 2, outdoor activity provides both mental and physical well-being more than indoor activity. Number 3, time in nature helps to decrease high blood pressure. Number 4, diabetics who spend more time in nature and more physically active and show better blood sugar control. Next one, time in nature is associated with better cognitive development in school children. All right, and the last one, number 7, the closer you are to green space, the less you suffer from cardiovascular, musculoskeletal, mental health, respiratory, neurological, and digestive diseases. That's also from Wendy. And the last 2, side note here, time in nature. Information provided by the National Institute of Health, Frontiers of Psychology, Nature.com, PLOS One, and Semantic scholar identity, these timely benefits of nature. 10 minutes, a gardening or a weekly visit to a public garden can alleviate depression. 20 minutes, spent hiking among trees, bird watching, or pursuing other activities in nature reduces cortisol, the stress hormone. 30 minutes of sitting or walking in a park setting can lower blood pressure and heart rate. 45 minutes or more of hiking in the mountains results in less fatigue and higher alertness than the same amount of time spent indoors on a treadmill. 60 minutes spent interacting with nature, such as walking in urban parks or on tree-lined streets, can boost memory and attention span by 20%. That side note was also from Wendy. And the last one, you need inspiration? Here are some ideas to get you outdoors, solo or with kids, grandkids, and friends, from the National Association for the Education of Young Children. There's their website, NAEYC.org. HikeItBaby.com and PopSugar.com. Number 1, grab a jump rope, camp in your backyard or in your yard. Try geocaching, and there is a website for geocaching.com. Sketch some wildlife, go fishing, plant some flowers, stargaze, play hopscotch, join a Volt Sport group, ava.org, take up archery, go metal detecting, read a book outside, play disc golf, window shop, try birding, audubon.org/birding, bury a time capsule, play flashlight tag, volunteer for a park or beach cleanup. There's volunteermatch.org. Watch a sunrise or sunset, take a dog for a walk, and fly a kite. And that is compiled from T. Foster Jones. So these benefits that they talk about are things that I'm probably experiencing, and so I'm coming away with a feeling of a little bit better well-being. Where I work is indoors all the time, and I breathe, smoke from the production process, and so I think that's partly also why just breathing the fresh air is feels better than where I work, than the air in where I work. But anyway, I just wanted to share this article with you, and I think that you'll find it beneficial, and maybe you can read more and find out more information if you're interested in from any of the websites we pointed out. So anyway, this is all I want to show you. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.